bills, but House Bill number 5448 is entitled An Act Relating to Health and Safety, Refuse Disposal, Exempting Post-Use Polymers, Gasification Processes, and Receivable Feedstocks, which exempts recoverable plastics from materials classified as solid waste, provides for converting of recoverable plastics into valuable materials. And with that, I'm going to is Jerry Elmer here?
Yes.
All right, Jerry, you're up on the lead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. My name is Jerry Elmer. I'm a staff attorney with Conservation Law Foundation. We're opposing this bill. This is a bill that would facilitate forms of incineration, gasification, pyrolysis that are especially damaging to the environment. We've had, since World War II, decades of experience with these gasification plants in the United States. There was one in New Bedford, Massachusetts, which is fairly close. We've had them in Canada. We've had them in several European countries. And what we know about these facilities is that they are polluting. They are very expensive. They are energy inefficient. They destroy resources that could and should be recycled. We have in Rhode Island a ban on incineration, which not all states in New England have, and that should be preserved. And this is making inroads into that ban on incineration, but in an especially pernicious way, because the emissions from these gasification plants are often worse in terms of nitrous oxides, dioxins that cause cancer, volatile organic compounds, particulate matter that contribute to asthma and lung cancer can be worse from these gasification facilities than they are from normal regular incineration. So Rhode Island has a good policy right now banning incineration, and that's why you see a strong and united opposition from the environmental community to this bill. Thank you.
Any questions for Mr. Elmer?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next up, I'm going to go to, I see her in the background. So Joan Milas from the American Chemistry Council is in favor of speaking. Welcome, Ms. Milas.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening. I'm Joan Milas. I represent the American Chemistry Council for about 20 plus years here in Rhode Island, and then have been an active participant in the state as being part of the solution. I cannot remotely explain how this bill works. I'm not going to pretend to. The easiest thing I can say is that we have a meeting with Resource Recovery on March 20th. Both Representative Ucci and Senator Lombardo, because the landfill is in their districts, have agreed to put this legislation in. And we are happy to report back the findings of that meeting once we have it. We've given detailed position paper to the committee, and that's really all qualified just to say that it's a very, very technical issue. I'm not a scientist by any stretch. But we will report back as soon as we have that meeting, and it's with the director, the assistant director, et cetera, and Senator Lombardo and Representative Ucci plan to attend the meeting. So they too will report back their findings, and then.
And you said that was March 20th?
March 20th.
So if anybody here is interested in this bill, they should attend that meeting.
I don't know that it's not my call. That's up to the director of resource.
Should be open to the public then.
You can ask
Okay.
the director of resource recovery. I don't know the answer to that either.
I am. I've known Ms. Miles for a while, so.
So I'm not being vague. I honestly don't know the answer to that. But this bill was put in. This has been enacted in 3 states currently. ACT is part of the solution. We've been part of the Governor's Task Force on Plastics. We're working hard in half for a number of years on a number of issues here in the state. So we're helping to help the landfill and do what we can to at least encourage the discussion.
Okay. Any questions for Ms. Miles?
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Meg Kerr from the Environmental Council of Rhode Island, and she is opposed to this. Welcome, Ms. Kerr.
Thank you very much. My name is Meg Kerr. I'm the Policy Director of the Audubon Society, and I'm also currently serving as the President of the Environmental Council of Rhode Island. And it's really in that capacity that I just wanted to add the Environmental Council of Rhode Island represents 60 environmental organizations here in the state. The Environment Council has for decades opposed incineration and burning of waste in the state. This is a bill that would allow burning of plastics material, and we would oppose it.
Any questions from Ms. Kerr? Thank you. Can we hear from John Berard from Clean Water Action, please?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. My name is John Berard. I am the Rhode Island State Director of Clean Water Action, and we oppose this bill. As my colleague Mr. Elmer said, this appears to be an effort to circumvent the long-standing prohibition on incineration here in Rhode Island that this General Assembly has consistently upheld for many years. We've talked a little bit today about efforts to fight climate change, and those efforts are quite frankly impacting the bottom line of the petrochemical industry. And so they see the writing on the wall, and they've turned to plastics production as a way to continue to, gain profit. Global plastic production is scheduled to increase threefold by 2050 if we continue at our current rate of production and consumption. And the question is, what do we do with all this plastic waste that's going to be generated? It is true that the landfill is reaching its capacity. It has maybe a decade and a half or so, 2 decades, until we get to that point. But I will say that end-of-pipe solutions are not the way that we're going to tackle that problem. What we need to do is we need to enact source reduction strategies, so we fight waste creation on the front end, and we stop it at its source. As Mr. Elmer also said, it's not going to help us reach our climate goals. We've referenced the Resilient Rhode Island Act several times tonight, and this will put efforts to reach those goals in danger. So thank you, and I'll take any questions.
Any questions for Mr. Barad? Thank you, Mr. All right, we have Ryan McCauley, written testimony. He's from Rhode Island DEM, and he's opposed to this bill. I've called this name before, Kevin Decoto, and I didn't get any response, so I'm assuming he's gone. Joel Gates, the same thing from last time. Nicole DiPaolo, again, same issue last time, and Lisa did sign up for this one. Is Lisa still here?
I just opposed it. I didn't mean to speak. Sorry.
Okay, so just showing that you're opposed. Okay, very good. So that will conclude the hearing on House Bill 5448. The next bill we're going to take up